So hello there, and welcome to the corner of my room. This is actually the desk I actually play the laptop on, but it's either this or the void of nothingness that is my room behind me because I have no real good light. In fact, this is looked right at it. This is a $6 LED light from Walmart. This is all I have to work with. We are broke bitches here at the household. So, unfortunately, I will not be able to actually do a live stream of the new Nintendo Direct that is happening on the 17th. Nailed it! That's... shit. I couldn't hold it after saying that. That I'll actually be at work at the time that it actually will be airing. I will probably still do a reaction. I'm going to watch it at work. I don't care. I am too impatient. I know it sounds bad, but I'm probably going to still do a reaction to my predictions, more so than the actual what's going to pop up, and I'm going to be hype. But I'm actually going to predict a couple things. I'm going to predict what I think the Direct is going to actually have in it. Hit or miss. This is very loose, off the cuff. I actually didn't do a lot of research. I'm not big in the, what's the word? I'm not big in, like, the I'm not big in the, goddamn. I'm not big in the leaks. I'm not big in the leak community, so I actually don't know a lot of leaks. I don't know what's actually been, like, hinted out, this, that. I kind of leave most of that surprise because it's fun for me, but I also am huge in theorizing of what could just happen based off of what I know Nintendo has done in the past. So my golden egg, the golden goose, the one-all be-all that I want to see as a character in Smash is going to be the Monster Hunter Hunter. I feel like with Rise coming out, which I am all down for Rise, that's a whole nother topic I will never shut up about. It has a new up B with the wire, the Silk Bug. It has more side B abilities, but like all B abilities could be Silk Bugs that have a recharge limit. That would be a really cool mechanic. So like really powerful moves, but if you use them too much, you won't have a recovery. That's kind of how it is in Monster Hunter. You can use yours to attack, but if you don't have it to attack, then you can't use your escape option when the monster knocks you down and is going to F you up. So it's really fun to be able to play defensively or offensively with that. That would be a really fun mechanic to have in Smash. Do I go for the strong attack and lose my up B, or do I hold on to my up B and try to be a little more loose, like a little more defensive with it? That being said, I've always, like, since like GU, I was like, get us a Monster Hunter rep. We want Monster Hunter. So that's just kind of like my dream, my pipe dream. More logically, recently there was a tweet that popped up with Sakurai going like, ho ho, maybe there'll be some information for Smash Brothers, ho ho. I actually probably will post that tweet up like, I can't, stage left. So hopefully I'll probably be able to put that tweet up right here, right in front of my poster for Wagnaria. Great series, watch it. But he did later recant saying, I don't know what people are reading so much into. I didn't put any information in these tweets. But Sakurai, the Allfather, you know, the one who is going to say shit to fuck with people, is what he does at this point. So, that being said, my top pick of what I can see happening, which means it's not gonna happen, is actually Dr. Robotnik / Eggman. I know, Eggman's his actual name, Robotnik's the Western one. Don't even start on that. Sonic fan too. I'm all of them. But I would guess he would be in his Adventure to Battle Mech. I don't really have a kit other than like up B would be his hover boost. You could have his charge shots where he could lock on multiple people. But other characters I know are really big that I'm speculating could be a very real possibility is a Tales of rep. And I know everyone's going to jump to Lloyd Irving because Tales of Symphonia was an amazing game. I played through the first one, did not play through the Wii one. I have it on my PC, but my PC is kind of a butt. And it actually does less frames than an actual emulator of it. I don't condone emulation. I use it. I don't condone it unless you can legally get the ROMs. I have copies of GameCube ones. I have them. So the only reason why I did that is because I don't want to bust out my Wii or GameCube just to play through Symphonia because my PC version is lagging like a motherfucker. However, so I haven't played through 2. I do know that Vesperia Definitive Edition is on the Switch, and Vesperia is like the number 2 spot for best Tales of series. Arguably, with more recent fans than private fans, only stronger on Abyss and what's the one that was the last like 2D side-scrolling one on the PS2. But yeah, I see Lloyd being a very real possibility. I see even Yuri. Yuri's still like Lloyd a little bit more just because he's something different. Everyone's a sword fighter, but Lloyd is a dual sword wielder, so I kind of see at least a little leeway of something that's not just someone with another counter. Looking at you, Sephiroth. That can be Reflect for some reason. Other than that, I actually could see them being like, here's a hint of Tales of Arise, which is the new one coming out supposedly this year. I think it was supposed to be last year, but got delayed. Don't quote me on it, but definitely coming out this year from what I see on the ads and stuff, and people, you know, going crazy about the Tales of games. So, they could pull a 180, show off Tales of Arise, and be like, here's the main character coming out right a month before the game. Who knows? As far as other characters that will... I'm saying, oh, I apologize, this is my vocabulary. Other characters who I know are on top lists that are gonna get in, like, I think Sora's gonna be the last one. Like, if Sora is gonna get in, he's gonna be the E3 final character, the all-be-all. The ending one, the high note that they're gonna go out with is Sora. Because everyone's gonna be like, well, they're not gonna be able to get it through Disney and Squaresoft. They gave us Sephiroth and they gave us Cloud. They're not gonna give us a third rep. It's the ace in the hole. It's the out of left field that no one expects. But maybe because I expect it, maybe they won't, because then I expected it and I won't expect him doing something else. I mean, it could be Dante. Dante's another big one. But my other problem with that is it's basically just Bayo Byleth. Byleth's whole kit is that he, they, whatever gender you play as, whatever one you prefer to call them, they play with all the different weapons. They play with, you know, all the weapons of the game because they can use everything. And Bayo is just a combo character because she's like Dante in God of War. She's combo based. So Dante himself is just all the weapons, combo based character. Kind of Byleth and Bayo to smash into one badass. So, I mean, yeah, I can see it being a thing, but it's not as unique. Is my only concern is that, but then it is a legacy character like Dante. Is like, you want Dante in everything, so yes. Our other characters that I see popping up a lot are Crash Bandicoot, who, yeah, legacy character, definitely wouldn't mind seeing that boy in there. Look at that boy, just if one of his taunts isn't just the whoa, just the whoa pose with the whoa noise, I would be upset. And if his win animation isn't his, like, level complete one, we have problems. Another one I see tossed around a lot is Spyro. Spyro is a big boy. We all know Spyro. But we're here for, like, the weird ones. The ones that I don't think are going to get in, but I wouldn't mind seeing an attempt of. And my number one, actually up on that, I don't expect, but I want to see, is a Bravely Default character. I don't know how they would, like, name it. Just Bravely Default. Or Chosen One. Or something like that, because they have Hero for all the heroes in Dragon Quest. But, like, the whole idea would be like, oh, you change jobs on the fly, and if you go all out, you can only use so many, like, B moves in a row before you have to do normal attacks and shield before you can use them again. Kind of similar to the Hunter, so I can see going either way with those two. But with Bravely Default 2 coming out and Bravely Default 1 being really good, I could see them actually throwing a Bravely Default character in there too. Especially if the first 4 are the original cast, and the next 4 are the new 4 characters of Bravely Default 2. That's 8 slots. That's just all hearsay, you know, speculation, I guess. Another really off-the-wall character who I don't think is going to get in, but would love to see any representation is Madeline from Celeste. Now, Celeste is a platformer. It's a scary, fun platformer. I have actually not beaten the DLC. I know, I'm a heretic. I'm a horrible person. I haven't beaten the DLC yet. I need to get through that. It's been kicking my butt, though. It hurts! But it is a very hardcore platformer that takes momentum base and, like, it's pixel graphics, and they take a lot of momentum, and they just go. And there's a lot of funny things. It's like, you play through the beginning of that game, and you're dying, and the whole time you're going through this game, you feel like you're just sucking. Once you beat the game, and you go back to that first level, you know all the tricks they've taught you, like, up to that point. Now you can apply it back to the first level. And the stuff that you were dying on, you're now skipping over, and you feel like a god. And something that you felt like you're getting your ass kicked the entire game. So it's really a fun game. It's a well-built mechanic where you don't feel the difficulty ramp. You just feel it's consistently hard. Except for the boss of the hotel level. Screw him. He's an asshole. I was stuck on him for like 3 hours. Other characters. So these I've actually been thinking throughout work, so I kind of just spitballing here on things that I remember. Someone mentioned, like, I hear Doom guys thrown around a lot. Who wants the Doom guy? I like it. It's a cool idea. He's a legacy character, awesome. I don't see a kit around just. I guess like you could do it like Villager, where like each smash is a different gun, each weapon does things, and then like his bees would be like that. But a heavily projectile-based character like that, I don't feel like would be an exciting character to add. Plus, he's a little too brutal. Like, while Bayo is a little on the like risque side, Doomguy is just flat out violent, and I don't know if Sakurai wants that level of violence in his game. However, I would love to see that. I would like to see the big gun you get. I don't actually know Doom's guns. Like, I say the BFG, which I think is in Doom, but I think that might be Duke Nukem. Because that sounds more like a Duke Nukem weapon. However, I would like to see, like a big gun would do that. One of the characters I would really like to see, honestly, is I want to see more either, like, IP characters that aren't represented well from Nintendo, or just flat-out characters that aren't being represented as much anymore. Like, let's get a rivalry going. You hear me? Let's get, like, the guy from Harvest Moon in. So, the guy from Harvest Moon and the villager from Animal Crossing can have that bout that everyone always wanted. You know what? Let's go. Hero from Terraria. Let's go. Let's just throw that one in there, too. With all the weapons you get in that game between ranged and melee, that is a crazy kit you can build out of nothing, but it isn't big anymore, but it is a left field thing. I don't think Shovel Knight's getting in because he's an assist trophy. We might get lucky and get Plague Knight. I could see that coming out of nowhere. But I really need to focus more on what we're going to see rather than what we're going to get. Yeah, Eggman's a villain. They're trying to do a kind of a hero and villain balance. I could see them adding another villain because they're adding so many heroes so much. They would also could add in maybe a Talon character from Overwatch, from the Talon faction, like Mora, which would be, oh no, I don't want that. Sigma would be an interesting character to actually have a shield he can throw up, because they could have use a reflector or just a block, which would be really interesting to have literally someone who can put up a blockade for projectiles, like anti-projectile character. And obviously, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do like Tracer, because that's easy. It's got the recall. You got your blinks to zip back and forth. That would be your side B. It'd be like a quick attack with Pichu, where it doesn't do damage, but you have more control, so you can zip right and attack left. She'd be a real hard-hitting lightweight. That'd be kind of cool. You could always do, like, I would say someone like Reinhardt would actually be a pretty interesting character. With Overwatch 2, they might be able to get more talents out as a later character, but I don't think so. But that's Blizzard. Blizzard's a whole other beast. In that case, you could just start throwing like characters from World of Warcraft in there, or just Diablo. Something like that. The Demon Hunter from Diablo is thrown into it as a promotion for Diablo 4 on the Switch. Now I'm throwing out real ideas. I'm asking the real questions. So these are characters I don't see getting in, but their kits would be an interesting addition to Smash that isn't just another Sword Fighter counter Sephiroth. I'm looking at you, Sephiroth. You need to stop it. Also, why can you count? Why can you reflect that? If you miss the counter and then Wolf, so why can you reflect his counter though? I was playing with my buddy. He used Wolf. He shined me. I'm like, ha! Counter! Counter came out. His shine was still out, and I got hit. I need to do some. I'm gonna try to recreate that for the video if I can. It'll be quick. But what the fuck, dude? I'm mad. I'm super mad here. All right. So enough about Smash. Well, that is the bulk of this, and that is what I'm going to be freaking out about all day tomorrow. What I'm also super hyped for is two big things. A, Monster Hunter Rise just around the corner. I think we're gonna get an Elder Dragon reveal. We're gonna get a Valstrax. We're gonna get like a Kusha look, and then even like a new one. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 like Valstrax is more of a big one, so I don't think that would be the initial reveal. But we'll be like, oh, here's Kirin, here's Kusha. You know, your base ones. The ones that are almost in every Monster Hunter game. It feels like at this point, since like 4 or 3. I actually have only got into Gen, so I'm like end of 4, beginning of Generations is where I start, all the way to Worlds and now Rise. So I'd still classify as a newbie, but at the same time, I know what I'm talking about in a way. Like, it's like that middle ground. I'm a what they call it, a novice. I'm not an amateur, but I'm not a pro. I'm like that right middle ground novice. So I know it. I know my weapons. I know what I'm doing. But I ain't no like gonna one-shot Elatron anytime soon. Yeah, I can see them throwing in a Kusha. I can see them throwing Kirin. Kirin's been in all of them. Then, like, you know what? Perfect. They're gonna throw in a World Elder Dragon, a Classic, and then a new. So There would have been people were theorizing it. Bahazak. He's gonna show up, and it's gonna be Kieran jumping around that, and then bam, this new Elder Dragon. It's gonna look awesome. And like my theory is that it's gonna do this, and it's gonna end on that, and then you're gonna get the Smash Brothers logo, and in comes the Hunter, and it's the Hunter reveal. That's what's gonna happen. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just not at all like being biased and hopeful here. Other than that, I'm super excited for Breath of the Wild 2 information. I am a sucker for Zelda. I have played almost every game, barring the CDI games. Oh, sorry, it hurts to talk about. And some of the harder ones, like I never got through like Zelda 2. I mean, like besides classic NES people who has actually took the time in for Zelda 2, don't answer that, people. I know there are people out there who put the time in. I need to, but I put so much time in just fucking around in Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild 2 is like, I'm just ready. I want something. I don't care if it's like got the Majora's Mask 3-day loop. I want it. I hate time limits. Time limits kill my soul. Majora's Mask, objectively, amazing game. I hate it because I can't get over the time limit. And that's on me. That's my problem. I'm the fault here. The game is fine. It's me. I'm the one wrong. But Breath of the Wild 2, I need something. I feel like the Metroid Prime fans. They just got 4 2 years ago and nothing else. Which, speaking of, transitions, look at that, I'm getting better at this. But speaking of Metroid Prime 4, I feel like we're going to get a dev introduction. Like, they're going to mention it, maybe show the little logo again, maybe actually have a surname this time, like Prime 4, blah blah blah, Retribution, this time it's personal, you know, stupid stuff. But they're like, introducing the new people who will be taking over Prime 4 is the Retract team, meet the director of the game, yada yada, have a small interview, hey, we were planning on getting it out by like 2023, we'll have like a trailer in 2022. I know my numbers. So I don't think we're going to get any information, but we're definitely going to get, like, at least some, like we're not going to see anything in the game-wise, but we're going to get information that they're still working on it, I feel like. Especially with it being Metroid's year this year, as well as Zelda. Zelda's going to be the Zelda's going to be the foreground, and then it's going to be Metroid, and then they're going to tack on Donkey Kong. And you know what it is? It's going to be something stupid. It's going to be like, they got this for country games. They're going to do like a remake of Donkey Kong 64, but it's not really a remake. It's going to be like a Mario 64 port. Everyone's going to be pissed off. It's going to be time limited. Oh boy, here we go, time limited again. I swear, real talk, I'm mad about that. That's a different topic. I don't want to get on that. This video is already running a little long, and I still got to edit this baby. So we'll leave that for another day if people enjoyed this video. And I feel like we might get some Xenoblade information for some reason. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a lot of new stuff, but I can see them being like, and this, guys, just keep an eye out for this in the future. Xenoblade Chronicles X remake. We're going to get more Zelda stuff. We're going to get, like, this is stealing from Arlo, but he made such a good point. Shout out to the Blue Muppet himself. He said that they'll do like a Legend of Zelda 35, which will be like Mario 35. I think they'll go a step farther. I feel like they'll just flat out do what they were trying to do in the original NES, where they were trying to add a dungeon creator, but a Zelda world creator, where you can combine and send to your friends, and as you complete friends or random people's dungeons, you'll get more pieces, and you can start making your bigger world. That would be a really fun, unique take on a classic, and add like a Four Swords mode. You can make a world that you could take your friends into with you, while all 3 of you play in this world you created. So you can be like, hey, I got a secret over here, guys. Oh, wait, there's a secret over there. Oh, wait, was it a trap? I'm sorry. That would be real fun. That would be something I would really like to do. It's just like a classic revisit to, like they did with Mario, but with Zelda with a twist. But since it was so competitive with Mario, I would like to see a more cooperative twist. Like I said, Four Swords NES or something like that. That would be really cool. People are thinking we're gonna get an All Stars for Zelda. I want it. Like, don't be wrong. Ocarina of Time on the Switch sounds god amazing. Like, of course, Majora's Mask as well. That's like 2 together. You can't have one without the other. It's like the peanut butter without the jelly. It doesn't really fit. But I wouldn't mind seeing an HD remake of Skyward Sword. Like, don't get me wrong. I get the hate behind that game. Like, I never really beat it. That's one of like the 3 I haven't beaten because the controls piss me off. But my roommate has, and the story is, albeit Fee is annoying. The story is decent. It's a great beginning to a series that I really care about. I wouldn't mind seeing a better controlled version on the Switch, where I can literally enjoy the story more than I got to on the Wii. We don't, like, I know we all want Wind Waker again. Like, you know what I would love to see? And there is, like, rumors. I don't follow all the rumor mills, but I do keep them all up a little bit. The rumor mill, they're patenting Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass names in Australia, which means probably nothing. Potentially it could mean something. Who knows? But this could mean that they're porting over portable games. You got the Oracle series of Age and Time, you got Minish Cap, you got Link's Adventure, which they've already done a full of, but you got the DS ones. Phantom Hourglass was good. Spirit Tracks, they were fun. They were good. The controls sucked, and it killed the game, but the ideas were there that were fun. Like, I think the Phantom Zelda was a little clunky and annoying. You had to drag your stylus around, but I still enjoyed playing them, so having them with a joystick would be awesome. And at this point, we're just getting to what I want rather than what I expect. But, I mean, there's at least reason behind that. But my last one is going to be an all-out. This is something I want them to do, and I know Sakurai is not going to do it, especially while there's still DLC to be done. And that would be, I need him to redo Kid Icarus Rising. That game was the bomb diggity. I actually will pull out my 3DS and play that game from time to time. It had a multiplayer function that was relatively fun, albeit kind of crappy, with the new Nintendo online system, which apparently the Monster Hunter Rise demo showed off as being relatively competent. I didn't have too much problem with it. And the Switch holding the 2 joysticks, I want a full, like, not even a sequel, it could just be a reboot of Kid Icarus Uprising with joystick controls and, like, gyroscope on the, like, in-flight sections. That game was funny, it was fun, it had RPG elements with weapon collecting. You could just play through the levels in an arcadic style, so it was a good pick up and play. That game is a fit for the Switch with an HD one or a sequel. Like, that series was really good, and they did a good job, and I don't think it sold well because it was just underutilized. Oh my goodness. But that is like they could update the jokes. Like, there's a joke where you fight Cerberus and he makes Nintendog point jokes. That's what we need. That was awesome. It was great. Then you fight these things, I forget what they're called in Nick Kid Icarus, but they're basically Metroids. You had to melee attack them. And they even go, hey, these are like that Metroid from the other game. And someone goes, no, shut up. We can't talk about that. We don't need them to think that these worlds are related. They literally make fun of their other IPs with it. It's such a fun game. Nonetheless, I'm done ranting. I'm done raving. I'm done acting like a giant petrol child. I'm going to edit this video, hopefully with gameplay and some entertaining things to listen to me ramble and rave, besides just seeing my face for like 20 minutes. But those are my predictions. I hope people enjoyed this. I hope people got like at least a chuckle out of my giddiness, out of my just... I'm a giant child. I'm about to be 27, but I still act like I'm a 10-year-old excited to see Santa Claus. And his name is Daddy Sakurai. The All-Father, all hail. Such an idiot. So until next time, until we do a stream, we're glad to try to do some little nightmares. We have our editor working on that. Until I can get another video out and do some editing, I can hopefully post Ender Lilies Part 2, which we've done recording and I have just been sitting on because I am a waste of space.